All
Hello.
right. Hello. I know this is a different live stream than I've ever done on my channel. So I want to first welcome people to a new thing I hope we can do more often, which will be a crossover between me and these lovely people, whichever way I have to point. This way, and that way. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves to the people that don't know who you guys are?
Well, I'll let the lovely lady go first.
Oh, well, thank you. Because I was like, okay, just go ahead. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Maria, also known as Rapid Threads, the Geeky Crochet, and Unlocking Lore. Gosh, it's a lot of names now.
I would hate to see your belt buckle if you had to put all your nicknames on there.
No, I would just probably go with RT or ULL or like TGC. Yeah. Kind of like that, it's like, yeah. And that's all me. I am one of the hosts of After the Weekend. I am here with my wonderful co-host, R2 the Icky. And we're here to do something different.
Well, you also want to mention your other channel too? Not only are you co-host of After the Weekend, but...
Yes, I also have a personal channel, which is Unlocking Lore, which is a pure traditional storytelling channel in which you get to delve deep into old traditional tales, kind of the wisdom of the world. It's very subtle. You want to go check that out? Go check out my my YouTube channel, which has a new URL.
You got a custom one?
I'll get it and I'll throw.
Yeah, I got it. Finally, I got it customized.
Oh, there you go.
It's no longer materialization, which is like, I mean, you kind of choose something, and I thought that was nifty at the time, and then I thought, oh man, that's pretty, has nothing to do with all of the stuff that I'm doing, so I changed it. Yay!
I've got that in the chat for everybody to go check out after our stream.
A Theme Park Casual, by the way, friend of the channel. I think friend of a lot of our channels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so this is just.
Wait, what about me? I don't get to talk.
Well, you are the host of After the Weekend, obviously, yes. And you can.
Well, I'm a co-host of After the Weekend, and we are a movie review channel. Mm-hmm. We mainly review movies from our childhood. That's our focus, but we'll always branch out into other things, especially too with this crossover idea from Tom, where we'll maybe try to do once a month or every couple months, depending on what's going on, where we will review a movie that has inspired a ride, or even a ride that has inspired a movie. Mm-hmm. There's definitely a lot out there. We've even done a few other movies that have inspired rides. That's a hint to maybe something like Tron.
I love Tron.
Hopefully we'll open before I turn 40.
Yeah. So I'm very excited for this. We're doing Jurassic Park, obviously, because we recently reviewed Jurassic Park on our channel this past week.
Stream. That was a fun stream.
That was a lot of fun. So we felt like our first episode for this would be fitting with talking about that ride, because that's an amazing ride.
It is actually one of my favorite log flumes that I've been on. It's close to another one that's in a competing park, but it is definitely well themed and actually really easy to get on now. By the way, like it's like normally like a 30 to 20 minute wait. So even if you're not paying for that express pass, you're good to get onto it over the summer. You might get 90 minutes now that it's like 100 degrees out, but hey, that's what it is.
Well, to me, what's great about it though is just it's all the animatronics on this ride, and just the immersive feeling is so awesome to go on it. I know, unfortunately, Maria has not been on this ride, but yes, if you ever have a chance to go on this, please do.
But I do have something to claim. I have been on the Top Gun ride in Canada's Wonderland. Have you guys been on there?
Probably not. No.
But I have been on a Top Gun ride that was at Marine World in Vallejo, California.
Oh, fine. Okay. I'll give you that.
I've flown in a jet. Does that count?
That's fun.
That kind of trumps everything, if you've flown in a jet.
It's okay.
It's the closest thing I could come up with to Top Gun.
Well, Tom, since you are the theme park aficionado here, I'll let you start with this.
So this was actually an interesting cross promotion for the ride. There, so basically came out around '93, around the same time as the movie, and there was actually an online game way back when for this. I have scoured sources to try to find it, and it's just pre like internet, like YouTube wasn't a thing, all that stuff. So I had a hard time.
Did you say that the ride came out in '93, or the ride, the creation of the ride started then?
The creation of the ride started, and the online game to try and get people excited about it. So I think it was one of the first, like, kind of like a viral marketing campaign, because they did do that extra component. I remember playing it, but like I said, that was like early internet, I guess like maybe a couple of years before YouTube. So, but it did do its job. The attraction first opened up in California, over in Universal Hollywood, or Universal Studios Hollywood. I don't know the proper West Coast phrasing, since that's not my stomping ground.
Yeah, well, they call it Universal Hollywood Studios. I want to say. I think that's. I mean, I lived in California for a while. I want to say that's the correct terminology, or maybe it's Universal Studios Hollywood. Actually, it's that one.
Theme Park Casual, if you want to correct us in the chat, please correct us. You are in that sphere more so than us in terms of that locale. SoCal. No, sorry, that joke.
Yeah, I know, like, as soon as they decided they were going to make the movie, they had actually gone, this is going to make a great ride, and got to work on it. But yeah, we had a suggestion that's a good idea to say hello to people in the chat. We do have our other co-host. He couldn't be on. I think he's out and about, but we've got
he just doesn't like me.
Hey, JT.
Yeah, that could be it.
He's the last third of our After the Weekend stream.
And we also do have the wonderful Theme Park Casual. And I want to say they've got a YouTube channel.
They've been definitely getting up more content, and then they have merch. They have wonderful shirts. I will say.
Yeah, I will get that their link in the chat too, because we appreciate them being here. But yeah, they went to work on this the same time as the movie, and it was a very impressive feat in that there's quite a bit of very good like documentaries on just the whole process and what they put together, and then even to kind of the design, because one thing we talked about when we reviewed the movie is the iconic scene where the T-Rex breaks out of its paddock. It's raining, and while they were filming that in the rain, the animatronic one, the rain caused the T-Rex to malfunction. It just would like come to life and go haywire.
It went berserk.
And animatronics and water don't really mix well, but they had to design animatronics that would be going 24/7 in water, and a lot of wear and tear on it. But I know one of the big things that they have is they do have like replaceable skin on there. It's all connected with like snaps and zippers on it. So as the skin does kind of break down from being in the water and so much wear and tear, they can easily remove it and put something new on. And every couple of years, I know they do like touch up paint on them too, because again, a lot of them are out in the elements and the sunlight.
93. So it's going to be 30 years since this ride came out.
Don't make us feel old.
No, it's not old. Well, it's the prime of our life. Come on. Who can say that we I mean, who else can say it? We've been there and we've seen like the origins.
Well, the interesting thing about also the opening of the attraction is that most of the cast did attend. So kind of similar to now. You did have, so say like when Galaxy's Edge opened up, you had Han Solo, Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, all of them there for the ride. So on the 21st of 1996, when the attraction opened in California, in Hollywood, you did have Goldblum, Anna Richards, and Joseph Mazzello, which I don't remember.
And Spielberg.
Yes, I'm not surprised. Spielberg is very into Universal. His Amblin production does provide some backing, which is why ET will never go away.
Huh.
That ride will stay there forever.
I'm not a big fan of ET.
The attraction is actually really cool.
Okay, fair enough.
But some quick stats for the ride, just kind of get them out of the way. It's kind of the boring stuff. Max speed during the attraction is about 50 miles per hour, which is IR2. And actually, the max vertical angle is about 51 degrees. The drop is 85 foot, and it does not seem that way. Okay. Yes, Matt Vader, I know I have something on my shoulder. It's always on my shoulder. It's never off my shoulder.
It actually moves.
It's like Burt Reynolds' hat in Smoking the Bandit.
Welcome, Mr. Matt Vader. Thanks for being here. And yep, I am old JT.
And some other interesting facts about the manufacturer is Vekoma. It's a weird way to say it. It's a sorry, I'm laughing at something else. The attraction, like I said, is a 85-foot drop. The length is 1,900 feet, which is actually shorter than their competitors' log flume. Splash Mountain is actually a longer attraction because the duration for Jurassic Park is only 7 minutes. They actually had to speed up Splash Mountain recently, but it used to be 15. So it is a quicker ride, especially the one in California. The one in Florida is about 9 minutes. So there's some discrepancies.
And we are going to show the ride. I've got a side-by-side I took from another channel. They actually had reviewed both versions, the Hollywood and the Orlando one. And the Hollywood one is a lot faster. I couldn't get them to sync at the same time because the Hollywood one, you do go faster on it.
And to acknowledge our international people, there is one that opened in 2010 in
Japan.
Tokyo. Yeah, and
in Tokyo.
And actually, there's also one that opened. It's not the same thing, but there is one that opened in Singapore.
Very cool.
So there are other versions. They're more similarly related to the California one. Right now, only Orlando is the Jurassic Park original, so not to the world.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that. They have I didn't realize that Singapore had one, the Rapid Adventure. Okay. So that one is, if you're familiar with like Disney California Adventure, the Grizzly Rapids ride, where it's the circle. You're kind of on like the big inner tube essentially, and you go around.
Similar attraction over here would be Pluto's Built Rat Barge, and I think they actually have similar track or layouts to that attraction. I'm not 100% sure. That's something I'm a little bit less familiar with. I've only discovered it like 5 days ago. Well, not like I'm an international theme park expert, more
US. Here, I'll share this quick picture. So yeah, this is from Wikipedia. This is the Singapore one. I didn't realize that. Now I'm curious to check out a video for that. To see. So it's kind of cool, something different. Well, like I said, we do got a video if you guys want to see the side by side. We don't have any audio on it because there's music that's copyrighted. So it's going to be, it'll take a little bit away, but I do have the link of the channel you can go see it at. I'll throw it in the chat, but it's also in the ride video too.
And this is a quick fun fact that we learned from our stream with regards to the animatronics is that when Rexy got wet, it went berserk. It literally went for the kids. And so they were freaked out so much. And that was like real footage of a dinosaur, trying to come at a bunch of kids. Yeah, 2 kids. And I was like, whoa, no wonder it felt so real. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was real.
I'm sure that was probably scary for them. I was going to say, you know, has Theme Park Casual reviewed any of the Jurassic Park rides?
I'm curious if he has yet.
Yeah.
I know he was at Knott's Berry Farm recently.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Very cool. So here, I'm going to get this going, add this to our stream. So you can see each one.
Gosh.
I've got to go on both of these, which is cool.
Oh man.
And they do have some slight differences.
Oh, man. That looks really. I mean, that looks fun. Just fun, you know. It's like a casual fun.
Because of the constraints on the size, and like Hollywood has to work with a much smaller area. Like like Universal Hollywood is like very vertical because they have much.
Well, they're in the Hollywood Hills. They're on the side of it, and
so when they were opening up Islands of Adventure, they had lots of space to work on. So there's much more show area for Jurassic Park there.
Yeah, it's a pretty big long walk to get to the lower lot too. Like you go down like 3 or 4 massive escalators to get down to this lower lot where the ride is at. They're kind of neat to see too on Google Earth.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the lighting on the one isn't the greatest, but yeah, you come in and the Brachiosaurus are just like hovering over you. It's so cool.
Wow.
To see.
So I'm probably gonna burn something a little bit, but how much, for example, for a person like me, that has to think about plane tickets and
So you want to know about costs? Like, is it worth it?
Is it worth it?
All right. So let's say for Universal, just for the hotel and then the whole experience, to say you're coming for 4 days. It's a smaller park. There's only 2 theme parks.
Yeah.
So say you're coming for 4 days. I would personally go with one of the resorts that give you the express pass built in.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No worries. So I was gonna say too, like as you're on this ride, it's kind of like the movie. You've got that same guy, that Richard Keeley, who's narrating as you go through, and the dinosaurs. It's very cool that you hear.
All right, let me get back. So I would say that you can stay really affordable at Universal with Endless Summer or Dockside. They do not offer the express pass, so that could be anywhere from $80 to like $300 a day. If you want to stay like at Portofino Bay, Hard Rock, one of their deluxe or premium resorts, they can be anywhere from $700 to $1,000. But that's including your ticket costs and the express pass and stuff like that, and better transportation to the park. So in my viewpoint, in general, anywhere we're traveling with the theme park areas, you're going to be looking at anywhere from close to like $4,000 to maybe $6,000 if you're a family.
Wow. Okay.
Like, you can definitely negate some costs if you do an Airbnb, or if you don't eat on property as much, if you like DoorDash or Uber Eats, because there's definitely a park inflation on food and stuff like that. But is it worth it? Yeah, I would say that everyone at some point should visit all of the major theme park type things. But that's just me. Sorry.
No, I was gonna rewind back a little bit. The 2 rides are pretty similar.
They are.
Up to a certain point, you'll see a difference, but there's some like little funny Easter eggs. They've actually got a floating Mickey Mouse hat in the water, and I think you see them at both in this. But like everything's fine and dandy, and then this hadrosaur pops out and it throws your boat off course, and then that's where you end up going past the raptor pin. You got the compies fighting over the bucket, but Yeah, this is kind of the part where the real excitement of the ride starts.
Okay.
And there are some differences in the layout and the staging for these sections.
Yeah.
There's more time to breathe.
Yeah, you've got you can hear like the electricity crackling from the yeah, there's the Mickey Mouse hat on the Hollywood side from like the cage breaking open, and they got the Dilophosaurus pop out and they spray water at you. Here's where probably the biggest change is. In Orlando, you go underneath a Velociraptor in a box, whereas Hollywood, you actually go by the Tyrannosaurus scene where the pushing the Explorer down the side. Those are definitely two big differences between them. And then when you get inside, there's a little bit of difference inside the building here, too. The Orlando one's just a little bit bigger, a little bit longer, a little bit more.
Also, some of the dinosaurs are different when they show up in the section.
Yeah, there's little differences where they pop up.
This is where you find the pipeline.
Yeah.
Fiber pipeline. Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of experiencing that.
And there's a Velociraptor.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, and the Orlando one is actually more like scarier because
it's a lot darker.
Yeah, it is. You get you get to see the T-Rex coming up, and I want to say you see more of the T-Rex on the Orlando side, and even to the finale.
Just clear me up a little bit. The Hollywood is in California, and the Orlando one is in Florida, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, because I do know that I think there is some sort of Hollywood place called Hollywood in Florida.
There's a Hollywood in almost every state.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Thank you. Well, I was gonna say, here's where kind of like a big difference is. You come around this corner. There's a Dilophosaurus in Orlando. I don't think there's one in the there was one in Hollywood.
Three actually in that scene.
Okay. But you'll see it's much shorter because here's the finale. We get to see the T-Rex come out.
Oh, very cool. Hey, Keely.
Hey, Keely. Thanks for joining.
And you see a lot more of the T-Rex in the Orlando one up front, but you get so much closer on the Hollywood one.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. It's he really gets close to you. It's pretty cool.
There is a main difference why I think Universal Hollywood has less competition a little bit, because there is another when the Islands of Adventures were opening, SeaWorld also just started opening Atlantis, which was with their new hybrid coaster flume. So I think Universal was probably thinking a little bit about competition more so here than in California, because you just had Splash Mountain in California.
There's the shaving cream.
Oh,
there are a little bit more highlights of movies in that version than in Orlando right now. The shaving cream isn't there. There's some differences. I think they're a little bit more friendly with Universal Studios Hollywood and Disneyland. There's more competition between
they're further apart though too, because if you're not familiar with the LA area, I mean, it's pretty big, and it's Universal is in Hollywood, north side of the Hollywood Hills, and then Disney's south of that in Anaheim. So they're not that close compared to the Orlando area. I mean, even though technically Disney World's not in Orlando, it's next to Orlando. But it's a lot easier to get to those two parks compared to the other ones.
It's about 15 minutes apart between 30 with traffic, but between Universal and Disney's property.
Yeah, because with like traffic between the two in Southern California, it could be like a 2-hour drive to get from one to the other.
Okay.
But insanity of Southern California traffic. I don't think it would always be like that, but I would say it's a good hour though on average between the two. So, as Tom said, they're not as close.
Now, just since the audio wasn't in there, you do get a full narration. You do get the John Williams music. It does feel like you're in a raft version of the Jeep or the Ford Explorer attraction from the movie.
It's extremely immersive with just the sights, all the sounds.
You get the full experience.
It is. It's very cool, and you do get pretty wet on it.
Depends where you sit. There are definitely spots you can Actually, if you're in the center,
yeah, you're good.
It's like the front and the back. If you're in the center, you're okay. Hey, Robert, by the way.
I would like to share it, but I don't, because we don't show off what little Spidey looks like, my son. But about 6 months before we left California, we had gone down to Universal, and we went on the Jurassic World ride that they have down there. It wasn't quite done yet. They've actually added on some more things to it, and there was some stuff that was actually blocked off, but they were still running the ride. But yeah, every time we sat in the front, and there's a picture of me and little Spidey, and I'm drenched, but it's funny is like my top half is drenched, but like my stomach is dry, and then my shorts are drenched because the lap bar.
The lap bar is obnoxiously big.
Yeah, it's absurdly.
Basically it's almost the width of a child.
I was gonna say, like, those in front of like a strip mall where they've got like those cement pillars to essentially prevent a car from accidentally like driving up into like the front of a store. It's like the thickness of one of those. It's huge.
I would say maybe about 3 feet wide, maybe 2 to 3 feet wide. Like it is like legit. It's not like Disney's like one for Splash Mountain's like maybe 4 inches thick. Like
it's
very interesting.
I will say if you're on the larger side, it is a very accommodating attraction. I know some people worry about that. I get that question a lot. They're like, "Oh, will I fit on this ride?" You'll fit. Just say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have another question now. Apart from all the ride itself, the all animatronics, there, in the 1993 movie, there's the restaurant where they had like the poisonous plants, where you had, all the scenery. Did they implement that there?
Yes. There's not a traditional table service restaurant.
Right.
Neither locations have that, but there are 2 quick service dining locations. One offering pizza and one offering chicken sandwiches and burgers, things of that nature. I did release a video earlier on my channel that is a quick overview of the location and land currently in Orlando.
Hey Tom, I know you uploaded your video to your channel, but do you want to actually share it to the stream here?
Yeah,
it'll do 2 things. One, it'll pipe in the audio a lot better for everybody to hear instead of playing them off speakers.
Go ahead. Yeah, there's no the music's completely fine. So you didn't.
No. But I'm saying from your computer. If you click on the share button at the bottom middle, click on that and go to video file. If you have the direct file, if you want to do it that way, and it'll pop up and we'll actually hear the direct audio from it, as opposed to having to have it play from your speakers and have your mic pick it up.
I don't have a video file on my computer. I did it on my tablet while I was in the park.
Oh, okay. No, that's totally fine.
Sorry, I have a different workflow than everyone else. I'm editing while I'm there.
Yeah, no. You're all good there. I didn't know if you had it on your computer here.
Like I said, I have a weird system.
No.
Like I'm working on my stuff while I'm still there. It's just the time frame.
No, it's totally cool, and I can share too. But yeah, in Orlando, the area is definitely far more immersive too, and feeling like you're actually at the theme, the park.
Yeah, you walk through the pillars. It's just like one direction is ripped. Like so. Okay, little hints for people going for your first time. Go to the Harry Potter section on Islands of Adventure first, because then you get the right experience of walking into Jurassic Park. If you go over by Marvel and go in that way, you don't get the archway with the music and seeing the sign and the torch going. Like, you don't get that Jurassic Park theme and everything like that.
Okay. I'm taking note of everything, just in case,
JT says if you share audio, you don't have to use your mic.
So just mute, I guess, or
no, I don't know how you do that.
Because he's shared more videos than us.
I know
on his streams.
I was looking for it. I was looking for a setting on that.
Like I said,
with only four episodes on Late Night Cap, you already know more.
I know.
This is not my element. So, thank you for bearing with my ineptness behind doing stuff in my house. If it was on my phone, I could probably figure it out.
Yeah. Well, if he was able to join us, he could show us how to do that, but I don't see how to do it. So I'll just pipe it through on my speakers here when we show it. But yeah, because you'll see they have like an actual like visitor center, which is real cool. And that's a neat thing to go on. I actually got to go to Island of Adventure like a few months after it opened.
He's saying
bottom on the share Windows screen. Okay, well.
Thank you for coming, Matt. Hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, Matt. See you later.
Thanks, Matt.
Have a good stream. I know you stream on Saturdays over at Salty Nerd. We'll share that out too. They are a great movie review channel.
Yeah.
They're hilarious.
Great sense of humor.
Yes, yes. It's always it's a lot of enjoyment watching them. So yeah, check them out.
Spot on take on Jurassic.
But on Saturdays they do a stream and they talk a lot about Star Trek. If you're big Star Trek fans, I highly recommend you check that out. And we'll share that in the chat here in a minute for everybody.
The Matrix is glitching with you again.
Yeah, it always does. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I totally see what it is. There's a little box there. Okay. And we'll get this going. I think I have a little bit better luck when I don't have it super full, but yeah, here.
Man, I love that.
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
We hear it.
Sorry, it's a bit loud.
No, it's okay.
Very cool.
That's funny because I don't hear it.
You don't hear it? I hear it perfectly.
Does the stream hear it?
Official crossover. Multiverse with good buddies of mine after the weekend. And our first
do you guys hear it in the stream at all? That's a good question.
Combo type deal. Maybe. Working title progress,
So good. Press 1 if you hear it.
Oh, no, it was me. I had the wrong setting. So yeah, I hear it now. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Rob. It was crowded that day.
Wow.
Dude, I had a shirt on inside out.
What's that?
It's a bag. I was showing off some of the merch. So this is actually
cool.
really cute.
What I was gonna say, I gotta go. Yeah, like 2 months after this place opened up, and it was funny how bare all the trees were. It was not like lush like this.
Yeah, now I can't hear it. By the way, I can't hear it.
I think he muted it.
Yeah.
Did you mute it?
Oh man, I would love to have one of the T-shirts.
I didn't mute it.
The sound went away whenever you changed whatever it was. Oh, so he said you're supposed to not have your mic on, so the audio would go through. Or I don't know now.
Nope, no idea. But anyway, the
so now the audio is piping through to you instead of going to the stream. That's why.
That's
so I think either you can hear it or they can hear it.
How much? For example, how much is a T-shirt of those?
The T-shirts are about anywhere from 25 to 36.
Okay, can you guys hear it now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, all right.
Because, for example, I'm a huge T-shirt fan, and just having the logo is like really exciting. I'm not much of a collector myself. I prefer, attire, hoodies, t-shirts. So.
Yeah, inside the visitor center, yeah, it's cool that they've got the replica skeletons, and then you get to watch they have the incubation area. I mean,
nice.
they've definitely added, I feel like, a lot more recently. So last time I was here was in 2012 with Mrs. R2. We went to Florida for our honeymoon. Or maybe I just don't remember some of this stuff, but
a lot of this has been expanded on.
Yeah, I feel like it has. That's for sure.
Oh, raptors!
That was an hour wait. I'm sorry.
An hour! Wow.
I didn't want to stand and wait. I did link into the video on this video. I had met both the baby and the adult raptor. It's a cool experience.
Now, so they've merged both Jurassic Park and Jurassic World.
Yeah, it's a front and back. So the front section of the area is Velocicoaster with Jurassic World. The back is Park.
Okay. Yeah, because there's no baby raptor in Jurassic Park. And everybody likes dinos. Come on. Who does not like dinosaurs?
Yeah, because in Hollywood too, it's like a gift shop and like a restaurant or like quick service too. It's not even a restaurant. There's not much to the Jurassic Park area. But again, a lot of that just has to do with just limitations of space that they have there and how it's built. But one of the cool things about the Hollywood Park, though, is the Hollywood Park it's right next to the actual studios where they film shows and movies.
Oh, very cool.
So that's kind of a neat aspect of that park, because they're actually truly making things while they're there.
Oh, that's so cool.
And,
I love that it's so green. There's so much green area.
Yeah. Did you get it? They've got like a lot of like cool photo ops too, where they've got like big models of a lot of the dinosaurs where you can take your picture with them, which is cool.
Well, one of the bigger ones, the Triceratops, is no longer there. That the raptor took place of that. It actually started to go into disrepair. The skin was more, since it was a large animatronic, it couldn't be brought out like back and forth. The raptors are puppets. All right, well that's
very cool video. Very nice.
Yeah. But they've got like big models almost though, just static models of like the dinosaurs like
those are in the visitor center and in the boneyard. Mm-hmm. Now the boneyard is the or Jurassic Camp. It's like the kid area. I personally don't go into kid areas if I don't have a kid. It's just like I don't like having little kids on the screen or videos if I can help it, just to be polite to people. Mm-hmm. Just and also, like, you got to be like this high to walk through all that stuff. I'd get stuck. Not gonna lie.
Fair enough.
But the prices are actually pretty fair. The most egregious thing I saw on there was a like 3 times markup on a Transformer. Yay.
Okay.
Hey, we'll put it this way. Not okay.
I don't know where that came from, but okay.
The not Nate is because everyone thinks I'm paging Mr. Moore.
Everybody confuses him. No, I just did the covering my butt in the sense of like I won't go there if I have my camera. I don't want to.
But well, no, it's just it's like the same way I will never do a water park. I think that's a too intimate type of deal. Everyone's in bathing suits type of deal. Yeah, like, I will never cover something where someone is in a somewhat could be a revealing position, even though.
That's a high wardrobe malfunction area.
Just giving you a heads up, compared to Disney, a lot of people in Universal do walk around in bathing suits.
Oh, really?
Yeah. SeaWorld and Universal, you have people walking around in bathing suits a lot because of the water attractions that they have there. So it's just like a heads up, like you'll be.
Because I want to say they have like because there's a kids area.
There's a big splash area.
Yeah, there's a big splash area at Hollywood, and there's one in Hollywood too.
It's near ET, the splash area and also they do have the water park now, so people could be coming from Volcano Bay to the park type of deal. So it's just comparatively speaking to Disney, SeaWorld, and Universal, there's a lot more walking around and questionable.
The Bugs Land and California Adventure, when that was still there, had a splash pad area for kids too. So, but yeah, that's overall not a typical thing for Disney parks.
I would look too much like Chewbacca. Sorry, no. But
I'm almost going to be clipping that.
You can do that. You could. Who has the better Wookiee growl, Legion or me?
But I said the merch is actually pretty fair.
Okay.
Now you can't clip my face.
This is getting weird, man.
Stay on target.
Good way. Stay on target.
Oh, that's definitely something we can talk about with attractions and movies. Thinking about it now.
Yeah.
I know you guys probably covered Star Wars, but
so many people have done it. I feel like that's something that'll be down the road.
Yeah.
But like I said, the merch prices are fair. The most egregious thing was during my live stream that I pointed out was the Transformers Jurassic Park mashup, which they wanted $170 for the Transformer. And okay, to be fair, people do say that Universal is cheaper. You look at some of their products that are third-party products, as in you can buy somewhere else, and it's like at least 50 to 75% markup compared to Disney, which basically is their own products always. So that's the one thing. Like I remember JT wanted me to get him Cap's Shield for $250. You get on Amazon for $100. So, like, I do tell people to be careful with anything that isn't Universal branded. You may want to shop around.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I'm just
cool.
it's
good.
But there is a newer version of the attraction in California, correct?
There is. So they have they did a kind of a refurbished reskin of the Jurassic Park ride into Jurassic World over in Hollywood Studios. And it's not bad. There's things where it's like I like it and I don't like it. You'll kind of see. So the biggest change I would almost kind of say to like the feel of the ride when I show the videos is that entrance. They did away with the Brachiosaurus, and we get to experience the Mosasaur, which is cool. But at the same time, it's all done through screens. I kind of hate that just because, it kind of takes away of the feeling of, the real feeling with the animatronic. But it's still, it is kind of cool how they did it. It's an enjoyable scene. And they really packed in a lot of more stuff in the finale, which is cool. When we went, there were some things that actually they hadn't done to it yet, which is interesting. But I can show that clip here. And this I took from LMG Videos. It's another great theme park video channel where they do a lot of POV videos. And I'll throw the link in the chat as well, but you can see it there at the bottom.
Very cool.
And you can kind of see.
Well, you can tell right away from the retheme of the boat.
I was gonna say, is that the lap bar? But no, that's actually just the bumper in the front. Yeah, I was gonna say, can you see how big that bar is?
Well, it's close to that size, though.
Yeah, the one that sits on your lap, is like that.
Too bad it was a cloudy day when dinosaurs ruled the earth.
Well, like this is now completely different with this over covering.
Okay.
They got rid of all the greenery, as you can see. It is cool.
It does match the theming from the movie. They definitely went more sterile for Jurassic World.
Okay.
That is true. Yeah.
I'm not sure I like that.
Well, it's also more indoors. It kind of feels
This portion is, I mean, for what they did, you kind of have to do it that way. Like I said, I do miss those big brachiosaur, but the 3D technology with these screens is really cool. And then there's actually a rush of water, so it's like he goes up, and you feel the splash, and you can see him.
So if anyone's missing the Nautilus from Disney World, you can get a similar experience with this.
Yeah.
Gosh, how much electricity goes into this? I'm sorry.
I don't know about Universal, but Disney has their own power plants, so Universal I don't think is as lucky. But I do know for like the Incredible Hulk and Islands of Adventure, the amount of energy just to do the launch can power the whole park for 6 seconds.
Wow.
So this has much less energy. It's all gravity assisted, and it's all
okay.
Yeah, as much as I kind of, I feel like the screens are kind of a cop out in terms of making an attraction. At the same time, this is one of the few times where it is a impressive display of using screens for what they did with it.
Yeah,
I will say it did look a little bit more claustrophobic.
Yeah, they might have changed that a little bit too. I thought about making a side by side of the 2 videos, but since I already had the one, I was like, we don't need another one. But that's from the original ride. The Stegosaurus is there.
Okay.
Yeah, and you do get kind of the same narration. I'm trying to remember though, it's not the same person who they used for narrating.
I don't think so. I'll check that quickly.
Yeah, but you do see a lot more screens though on this ride. But not in the sense of what we saw as using it to feature an animal. But same thing, kept a lot of all this stuff from the original.
What's the name of this dinosaur?
Hadrosaur.
Okay. It's like, okay, so I have to say that
just let you know, ILM did work on those screen features. So Industrial Lights and Magics did do the video overlays.
So you see a lot of like these TV monitors here, but like they ripped out, the Dilophosaurus, I want to say, and I feel like there's just not nearly as much detail. And as Tom said, it's got this more kind of bare, sterile feel, which like to the right of them, it's like, I don't know, I felt like there could have just been a little bit more. But yeah, they do these screens with the characters actually kind of talking to you. But yeah, I wish there was just a little bit more, and we don't have the drop anymore.
Actually, the ride was, after refurbishment in 2021, they actually added in a new animatronic for the Indominus Rex.
So before, that wall was all clean. It was not broken through, and we did not have the Indominus Rex right there. They actually had a painting of the T-Rex. So that was something that they added, which it
does help.
Yeah, that was cool that they did that, because it was all very bare, and
I don't know. It's just, it doesn't feel Jurassic-y,
Yeah, that kind of that big section, they should have had more. That's one of the downsides. But I want to say we do have, but here they changed it a little bit. It kind of goes up, and then there's like another like little drop now that you get. And
I mean, don't get me wrong, it must be fun.
It is,
but still, it's not like it doesn't have the feel of a Jurassic.
But now we get a ton of dinosaurs here, and it's very well lit. Where we get the Dilophosaurus, and you kind of, instead of feeling like you're in a warehouse, you actually now feel like, and they changed from a T-Rex to the Indominus there, but you're now in the jungle, which is cool. But it just feels like they've just moved everything into this part of the building,
which could be easier for maintenance and life for the attraction.
That's true.
Yeah, and we
get
Blue.
There's Blue.
Blue shows up there, and there was a big.
There's so many Indominus Rex. There's like 3.
I'm trying to think of the word, but there was a big cover over the Indominus Rex. He was not moving like this. He just kind of moved his mouth and growled. scrim, I think they call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get both these guys together, which is very impressive.
Okay. Oh, that's Rexy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
they look like they shortened the angle of the drop changed a little bit.
Could be. So, like the finale is very impressive. And like Tom said, they might have moved a lot of stuff in for maintenance, but there is just such a bare section. They should have just added some more there. That's kind of the negative with the ride.
And to be fair, the Orlando one already had more inside than the Hollywood one. So I can see why they're not really in a rush to change the Jurassic Park one in Orlando, because you already had the Dilophosaurus, you had the T-Rex, you had Raptors, you had all that in ours, where Universal Hollywood kind of was less inside in the first place. I think they just kind of came up to par, but threw in the newer IP.
Yeah.
And it gave them a reason to update it that much, because they have more influx of eyes and cash. Because that overlay probably would have cost at least a couple $100 million.
I'll
maybe.
take care of this in a sec. I just wanted to post a link for the channel I took this from in the chat.
I haven't been able to find the cost for the overlay. It's something I haven't found.
Yeah,
conveniently.
I know
that they're not cheap.
Yeah, and that info too can be a little tough to find. So that ride is 7 minutes. So it's 7 minutes 6 seconds. So it's just like a dozen seconds, faster than the other one. The drop on that is 84 feet, so only a foot difference.
Yeah, that's not that big of a
between them, and I just was looking at the little differences. Yeah, still a cool ride, but yeah, just that bareness that you get, I kind of feel like that's a little.
Well, it kind of makes more sense over in California a little bit, because it is more of a desert area. I can understand them trying to focus on the ecology.
We lost Maria. Internet issues. Okay, no problem. I think we're probably going to wrap up soon anyways.
Yeah.
We were gonna keep this to an hour, so that's totally fine too. Right. It's tough to have everything be perfect, and there's logistic things to it, but that's about the only downside I kind of feel to it. I wish they would have added some more kind of in between from once you get to where the Raptors are to once you enter going up the lift.
So just to one last time, to kind of do like a comparison ride to ride outside of this Universal, just for stats, the Splash Mountain in all of the parks that exist in is a tremendously longer. Magic Kingdom's longest about 11 minutes 45 seconds. Tokyo Disneyland about 10 minutes, and Disneyland the shortest at 9 minutes 18 seconds. And all of those have more drops than both Universal ones. Anaheim has 3 drops, Tokyo is 4, and Orlando Disney World is 5. But that's why Universal's faster by about 5 miles per hour. So that's why it's a quicker ride, and the drop seems shorter, just to give a comparison.
Gotcha. Well, and here's my other co-host, JT. He's able to join us as we wrap up. JT, you said you've been on the Orlando ride, correct?
Yeah. I've been on the Orlando ride. That one.
How long ago?
A few years ago.
Yeah.
After they redid it for Jurassic World.
Oh, so wait, you went to the Hollywood, not the Orlando.
No, to Hollywood. Or no, Orlando.
Orlando doesn't have an overlay for Jurassic World.
Yeah, it's Jurassic Park.
Not when I was there.
Okay. I was there a day ago. Like,
you're talking about the ride itself being Jurassic World, or you're just having Jurassic World theming in there?
Because the ride itself is still Jurassic Park, the logos and the.
I have photos. I mean, there was Jurassic World stuff everywhere.
Yeah, the merchandise, yes.
They
but
have
the
that.
attraction is still Jurassic
Park.
I don't know. It was 2018, so I don't know what to tell you.
It's still yellow and green, along with the River Adventure. And
maybe I'm colorblind. Maybe I see it only in blues.
Was there an Indominus Rex on the ride?
I think there was, yes.
Okay, well, you were in California.
Yeah.
I wasn't in California. I was in Orlando.
I think you were in California, and you must have been on the Wacky Tobacco.
No, I have photos. I was in Orlando.
Well, you can trust JT, who was there a couple of years ago, or you can check out like 5 of my videos that have the ride on it from like.
I don't remember. I think it was. There was dinosaurs. There was water. It was in Orlando because it was Florida.
Well, either that or JT lives in an alternate reality.
I do remember Jurassic World stuff. Maybe not on the ride.
They have plenty of Jurassic World stuff, especially in the visitor center, which connects to Velocicoaster, and it's the newer property to sell stuff. But like the attraction exit gift shop, which is by the River Adventure, that's all Jurassic Park still. They don't have much world besides some bios and stuff now, which I think is actually kind of cool that they're having like in-universe branded merchandise.
Did you have to take an escalator going down to get to the ride?
No.
Okay.
Then he was in Orlando, and
he wasn't. He was in Orlando. Yeah.
I came from Harry Potter.
So that would be the correct direction to go through the gate.
Yeah.
I'm really confused now because
how much butterbeer did you have?
How much fire whiskey was there?
None.
Were you sipping on pumpkin juice?
I don't, dude. It was like I said, 2018.
Just having fun with you.
Yeah, I just remember there were merch. It might have been merch.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I thought you guys were ending. I didn't know you were going to interview me.
Well, you came on.
Early.
Well, you came on, and I remember you saying that. So, how's your day been, sir?
To subscribe to Cap, Late Night with Cap. I don't know who's interviewing next. Was it Ryan? He'll talk dinosaurs.
You like my mug?
I do. Yeah, you're gonna have Legion Games on this upcoming Wednesday.
If he makes it through this weekend, yeah.
Yeah. And then Monday night we are reviewing your pick.
Yeah, Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
By the way, if you have Paramount Plus, there's original Dick Tracy movies out there, like from like the 30s.
Oh, like serials. Okay. And then I want to say you mentioned that the movie was for free to watch on Tubi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to watch it, you can watch it there. I might watch it one more time, but I have some cool stuff to show during our review.
It's a very underrated film. I really love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I still remember all the marketing for that as a kid. That was like a huge ordeal. I want to say a lot of that had to do with Batman. The success of Batman, there was kind of a big rush to do comic book films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna do all the slides and thumbnails.
I thought you were going to say that you were going to dress up in a yellow suit for the stream.
I'm not Dan from inside the booth.
I was going to say, if you have a smartwatch, you could pretend that's your Dick Tracy watch.
Well, yeah, there you go. He has that. So.
I don't have that.
Well, yeah.
Technically, doesn't everyone have a Dick Tracy watch now with the iWatches and stuff?
Yeah,
that's what I was
mean.
saying. Yeah. Well, he had that like in the 30s.
Yeah, but it was a radio though. It wasn't like a TV watch, right?
No, it was like a whatever they were called back then, not an AMF radio, but
shortwave.
Yeah.
Yeah. That it'd be. I was gonna say we're kind of done talking about Jurassic Park, but You know what would be a cool game is if they took that LA Noire game and they made it into Dick Tracy.
It pretty much was that almost.
I know, but I'm saying though, but like
yeah, but you
like
didn't have the characters. Yeah,
the
like
characters and the
Brown.
visuals like that. That would be a cool theming.
I think you could probably throw a little bit more stylized look into it. Like I would love to see that almost more like a comic design, like cell shaded. Like do the LA Noire thing, but make it Dick Tracy, like not the movie, but the comic.
Kind of
strip.
like Spider-Man into the
into the
Spider-Verse.
Seeing the game that way, that'd be kind of like a good art style.
Yeah, if we have
a couple $1 billion laying around.
Well, no, I was gonna say for some reason we have a video game developer listening to this. Make that happen.
They'll have to go through Disney. Well, Disney made the movie.
Yeah, but does Disney own the rights to Dick Tracy though?
I don't know who owns the rights. I know. Well, theoretically, in 10 years, it'd be open domain, right? It's 1930s.
You got me. Got me on that one.
What'd you ask?
Who owns Dick Tracy?
I think it's Warner Brothers.
They own the cartoon?
I don't know.
Or the comic strip, I mean?
Well, I just wanted to pop in and say hello.
We're going to wrap it up here.
Yeah. So comment below after the video if you liked this concept of what we did, if it was fun, if you even heard what we said.
It was fun watching.
Well, good.
We'll try to coordinate for another attraction.
You can do the Hulk movie and the Hulk coaster.
Yes, I don't think I can film. I might be able to film that. But yeah, we could do the Hulk. This will be up to when you guys do your movies and let me know. Because remember, it's based off of whatever movie After the Weekend's reviewing.
Not necessarily.
Well, that's what makes it a crossover, though. So
yeah.
We review a movie, and if there's an attraction tied to it.
I do think one that might be, and we'll leave this up, and I'll put a little poll up on Twitter or something, or we both can. I would say help us figure out what you guys want. We'll do 4 options, come up with them, and we'll put out a poll and see which things people are more interested in. And
yeah,
just tease that for now.
I don't remember what brides there all are over there. I mean, so we have to.
I have a somewhat weirdly encyclopedic knowledge of that.
We know.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, Pirates of the Caribbean is an easy one. Men in Black. Technically, The Simpsons. There's a ride. There's a movie.
Haunted Mansion. There is a movie.
Yeah, Haunted Mansion.
They
have a dinosaur ride too.
Unlocking Laura Maria is saying she wants to do pirates.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah.
That will be an easy ride video. They don't really claim anything on that, so that would be. And there's plenty of it. I actually think I have recording of the original when it's the original Redhead, because that's the better version.
Well, the better version's in California.
Oh yeah, it is with the Blue Bayou and everything like that. There's big differences. Actually, honestly, the best version right now is in Shanghai.
No, nothing's better in Shanghai.
That's all screens.
Yeah, but it's a cool attraction. I will give it.
No, nothing's better in Shanghai.
Nothing's better than the one that Walt built.
Yeah, that's below his house, where he stored his money.
Oh, I thought those were feet. I was like, what?
Toe shoes.
Toe shoes. I was like, oh, except for Tom.
There is a restaurant in the Disney World one too. It's not connected to it, but there's Tortuga Tavern, which has a weird peanut butter banana Nutella sandwich. Like, I don't get it, but all right. So we'll put a poll up on Twitter.
With that, let's say goodbye.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining this. Hope it was fun. As I say in other things, don't be afraid to be the fool, and catch After the Weekend on Monday for the review of Dick Tracy.
Thank you. Take care, everybody.
Bye.